You can see it. Okay. Look at these examples here. We're on page 67. This is Bagheera rescued Mowgli. Every sentence must have a main clause, every sentence, and a main clause has a subject verb pair, and it expresses a complete thought. Even though this is only 3 words, it has what it needs. It has the subject Bagheera and the verb rescued. Here we've got more added to it. So Bagheera rescued Mowgli, and this angered Shere Khan. Okay, Aubrey's coming in again. Anyways, okay. 2 main clauses can be placed in the same sentence if they are connected with a comma and coordinating conjunction. So here's your pattern, MC, comma, CC, MC. Aubrey, you can turn your camera off if that helps your streaming. Okay. Because that might help it flow better. I recorded this just in case you keep getting kicked off. You can watch it later, okay? All right. Here's dependent clauses. There's a bunch of different ones for this we've talked about already. So it does not express a complete thought. So it cannot stand alone as a sentence. In this book, you've learned 3 types so far. The who which clause, here's your example of that. Bagheera, who sympathized with Mowgli, rescued him. Notice the commas around the who clause, but the main clause is around that. So the who clause is located in the middle of the main clause. That clause, here's that one. Bagheera told Mowgli that he had been born in captivity. So that clauses come after main clauses. You can see that main clause here, and then that clause, no comma on that one. And then the adverb clause, this is the www.asia.b in this book. Although Mowgli was a boy, he lived with wolves. Here it is at the beginning. When the adverb clause comes first before the main clause, there's a comma. If it's reversed, the adverb clause comes after the main clause, there's no comma there. Bagheera rescued Mowgli when he spoke at Council Rock. So here's that pattern, AC, comma, MC, MC, AC. So it depends on what order the clause is in the sentence will tell you if it needs a comma or not. These notes in the margin just are summarizing what I just went over. So this is a good page to come back to, and you could just look at those notes in the margin. If you're doing your homework and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't remember the comma rules, where does the comma go? You can look here, or these little, patterns to refresh your memory. Okay, let's go ahead and keep going. On the back here. Talking about dependent clauses, which we just talked about. It's a word that causes it to become an incomplete thought. Therefore, a dependent clause must be added to a main clause. Read and decide which kind of dependent clause is in each sentence. Circle the correct answer. Insert commas where needed. So here are all the different ways or patterns, I should say. So look at the first one. It says, Shere Khan, who desired to rule, ignored the laws of the jungle. Well, I hear who in there. That's pretty easy. That's going to be a who which clause, right? So you would circle this. And the rule with a who which clause, it doesn't tell you the rule here, so you have to remember. But we know that when it's in the middle of a sentence, it needs commas. So right after Shere Khan, who desired to rule, and then after rule. So that's how we're going to do this. We'll take turns. You decide what kind of a clause it is, and then you decide if it needs a comma, doesn't need a comma, and what the rule is. So Alex, what about the next one? Go ahead and read this sentence and tell me what clause you think it is, what pattern.
Mowgli did not realize that Shere Khan hated him. And I think it's a that clause.
It's a that clause. Very good. And for that one, since it comes after the main clause, Mowgli did not realize, you don't need a comma on that. So no comma there. And then Kylie, what about the next one?
Sorry, my ears are plugged.
Oh, that's okay.
Took me a moment.
You're good.
It'd be
Go ahead and read the sentence first.
AC before MC.
Okay. Can you read the sentence?
Yeah. Oh, my ears are so plugged.
Hmm.
But since the wolves accepted him, Mowgli ignored the tiger's threat.
Good. And you're right. It is AC. That's the www.asia. And since is an Asia word.
Yeah.
So since that comes first before the main clause, we do need a comma. Do you know where the comma goes, Kylie? Goes before the main clause.
Before Mowgli.
Yep, right before Mowgli. So since the wolves accepted him, comma, Mowgli ignored the tiger's threat. Next one, Ian, go ahead and read the sentence first.
Mowgli could tell a fish by its splash when it leaped into the water.
Okay.
No, not into, in the water.
Okay,
Sorry.
there you go. That's okay. Do you know which one it is? Which clause it is?
AC after MC.
AC after MC, that's right. So since it's coming after the main clause, it does not need a comma. So that's right. Then it says the first word of a clause usually indicates the type of clause. We saw that. However, accurate identification requires one to consider the way the entire clause functions in the sentence. So who desired to rule the jungle? This is a main clause. It expresses a complete thought. Who is an interrogative pronoun. Remember how we talked about interrogating and how we ask questions when we interrogate? So that is an interrogative pronoun. Asking a question. It does not begin with a who, which clause. So even though it's a who, it's a question, so it's not a clause, not the same thing. That boy grew up with the wolves. This is a main clause. It expresses a complete thought. That is an adjective describing the word boy. So it's not a that clause. It's an actual main clause. So that's just wanting you to think about other ways it can be in the sentence. You just have to pay attention to those things. All right, let's go to the practice page. Anybody feel like reading it today? Thank you, Kylie. Go for it.
Under his chin, Bagheera's muscles was hidden beneath his hidden beneath his black hair. Mowgli felt a small jagged spot and wondered about it.
Okay, good. Well, you had a natural pause, so there is a period that needs to go in there. And then
Yeah, no, I'm trying not to do that.
let's just put it in. It was right
I
after.
did it. I did it. I'm like, oh shoot.
And then I know you got hung up on was hidden because right here is really weird. This is wrong right here, right? So, how about Jude? What's wrong with his Bagheera's muscles was hidden? How can we
Were hidden, right?
say that again?
Were.
Yes, were is right. And then we also need to fix that word muscles because the way it's written with apostrophe.
Yeah.
What
Remove
should
the
we do?
apostrophe.
Okay, there you go. So I'm just gonna do a little squiggly line there. I just wanted to fix that because that's annoying. And then we've got jagged. That's your vocabulary word. So that just means sharp and rough, uneven.
You can check off the usage now.
Okay, thank you. And we have another apostrophe rule. Should we fix that really quick? Aubrey, do we need an apostrophe somewhere? We do. Do you know where it goes?
On Bagheera's.
Yes, because it's his muscles. So now we got the apostrophes taken care of. We got one end mark that we added here. Let's just add the other one. Let's just do all the fix-it ones first. See how we can start wherever we want, honestly. Let's see. We've got capitals. That's going to be easy. Let's just do those really quick. Capitals. Let's see. I got 3. That's it. We got some commas, but I think after we find the clauses, that'll help. Indent, we're just going to put the paragraph symbol here. Boom, there you go. Yeah, and we started like not having to label everything, which is kind of nice. Our list is a little smaller. So I think at this point, I think it's going to be, we can find the coordinating conjunction. So Alex, or Matt, actually, where's the coordinating conjunction?
Um, underneath his chin.
No, it's going to be, you're thinking prepositional phrase. It's going to be a fanboy's word for coordinating conjunction,
Oh, okay.
connecting words together.
Uh, is a or no and wondered.
There you go. And that's the one. And then I think the next easiest part would be to find the subject verb pairs, and then we can find the actual clauses. So, Alex, what about the verbs? Can you identify the verbs? There's really only 4 in here.
Felt,
Felt, yep.
wondered,
Yes, wondered.
um, I don't know.
Hidden is actually a verb. So, and then right before that is a helping verb.
Oh yeah, were too.
So we're hidden. So then now that we know those, Ian, actually it's Kylie's turn, sorry. What were hidden? What's the subject there?
Sorry, I muted.
That's okay.
Muscles.
There you go. So instead of labeling these nouns now, we're just going to label them subjects. So we got subject verb pairs here. Muscles were hidden. What about Kylie? What about who felt a small jagged spot?
Mowgli.
Mowgli. All right, so we've got 2 subject verb pairs here. Got those. Now we need to figure out the clauses. So Ian, where are the main clauses?
The main clauses.
Yeah, and it's not going to include the opener. I'll give you that clue. There's 2 main clauses here.
Um, Bagheera's muscles were hidden
Yes, and keep going.
beneath his black hair.
Yes, that's the whole thought. That's a complete thought. And then where's the other main clause?
Mowgli felt a small jagged spot
Keep going.
and wondered about it.
There you go. So basically, the 2 complete sentences without the opener, those are main clauses right there. All right. So the prepositional phrase then, Jude, where's that at?
Under his chin.
Yes, good. Under his chin. So, oh, there's more prepositional phrases. Where else are they, Jude? Do you see them?
Mm. Is beneath his black hair one?
Yes, it is. Good.
And then was hidden.
No, because was is a verb, so it's not
Okay.
going to have a verb in it.
Small jagged spot.
No, it's going to be about it. So that word about is actually a preposition. If you get hung up on those, I don't worry, because a lot of students do, and I do too sometimes. You can look back on the preposition list if that helps you too. Those are the 3 phrases. And then what kind of an opener is this, Aubrey, right here?
A prepositional.
Which is what number?
2.
A 2. Good. So that's a prepositional opener. And then what about this one?
A 1.
A 1 subject opener. Good. Did we do it? 1, 2, 3. Did we do it? Did we do it? Oh, a comma rule. We have 2 comma rules. Matt, what do we need to do about commas?
I think we need to probably take one out.
I do agree with that. Which one do we take out?
The one next to chin.
Yes, because this is that rule. If you have 5 or more words in your prepositional opener, then you don't need a comma. I mean, then you need a comma, sorry. If it's less than 5 words, you don't need a comma, but there's another comma rule. You know what it is? Matt?
I think you have to take another one out.
Yes, this one right here after hidden. Very good, because that is, you don't need a comma in the middle of a main clause. Awesome. All right, you guys. Good job. So like I always remind you, jump around on the list. Do the ones you know first. Is there anything, I just want to ask you guys, is there anything that you get stuck on sometimes when you're doing your homework? Is there something that like, you get stuck on it every time, like clauses or anything? You guys don't really have anything you get stuck on?
No.
Okay. It's kind of nice. The list is shorter. You don't have to mess with all the nouns and adjectives and all that stuff anymore.
I have
So
a quick question.
yes,
Is this week the last week we have homework and then next week it's a break off?
yes, that's right. Because next week is Thanksgiving.
I
So
filled it in.
you already finished it. That's pretty good. You're on
It's
fire
really
today,
funny.
Kylie.
The seagull stole her wallet and she's the richest person in the world.
Wait, hold on. Slow down, Kylie. Slow down.
Oh.
You're going too fast. I want to show you guys something really quick before we get too deep into that. So, I always put notes on your document. Some of you still are struggling in finding my notes. So I'm going to show everybody right now. It's probably a good thing I'm recording this so you can come back to this if you need to. But when you turn in your homework, I'm going to show you our good friend Bob Smith, who is a fake student that I made up that we love because he's there with us. Okay, so when you log in, I'm logged in as Bob, okay? And this is your Google Classroom. And when you wanted to go see how you did on your homework, you go to classwork. You guys probably know that. And then there's two different ways that some of you turn in homework. Some of you turn in homework and you do your paper on a Word document, and that's okay. You can do that. Some of you turn it in as a Google Doc, and that's okay. You can do that too. Some of you actually handwrite it, and that's okay. But I want to show you two different ways to find my comments on your document. If you use Word, Microsoft Word, or something like that, on a different device, not online, but on a device. I'm going to show you by clicking on this homework, but I wanted to point out here, see how these are grayed out? That means these two are done. Those are complete. The
Bob
ones that
hasn't
are
been doing
blue,
his homework.
he has not. So I'm going to have to talk to Bob's mom and say, Mom of Bob, please talk to Bob. Anyway, okay. So I'm going to check this one first. This is the one that's turned in as a Word doc. But when you click on it, go down here where it says view instructions. By the way,
You can use it if you need it.
I don't think I put a grade on this. It says graded. Let me view instructions. I think that's where you see it. Oh, here it is. You can see his grade. He actually did pretty good on this one, 9.5 out of 10. So good job, Bob. But when you
If
click,
only he could do his other homework.
right, notice over here, it says your work. And it has the name of the document. This is a Word document. See how it says Word right here. So when I click on that and open it, here it is. Now, Bob I put comments on his paper, but he doesn't see them yet. So this is what you got to do. Over here where these three little dots are, this is weird, but this is how you find it. You click on those three dots on the side right by the printer icon, click open in new window. And now when you open it in a new window, check it out. You can see right here, I have a note. And if I click on that note, it'll highlight the word that I'm talking about. So Bob accidentally used the word sad, or said, I'm sorry, said, because it's a banned word. So I said, uh-oh, banned word, okay. And then if I scroll down, he accidentally used another banned word here, and it'll highlight. If you click on it, it'll highlight. So when you see that, I want you to fix the banned words. A lot of you accidentally used some banned words because you were writing a story and you probably weren't thinking about that when you were writing it. But if I put a note that says banned word, I want you to fix it and then turn it back in. Okay, so that's how you find notes from me on the document if you're turning it in as a Word document. Now, I'm going to back out of that. Go this way. If you turn it in as a Google Doc, Are there any questions so far, though? I want to ask you that. Do you guys have any questions yet? Okay. All right. If you use Google Docs, you're going to click on your homework. And then again, view instructions. And then this is where you'll see your grade. He did pretty good with this. He got 9.5. By the way, I only take off like a half a point if you use a banned word, but I will take off a point or half a point. Notice I make a comment here. You'll find that comment a lot of times on the side, but click on the doc. This is a Google Doc, different than a Word doc. Click on that. And the nice thing about Google Docs is it will automatically pop up my comments right here. Made a comment here. It's a great name for a newspaper. So see how I gave comments on these words, and this is basically the same document, but different comments, okay? So 2 different ways to find my comments. If you use a Word doc, you have to open it in a new window to find my comments. If you use a Google Doc, it'll automatically show up. Do you guys have any questions about that? Okay, because it's really, really important that you find my notes. This is how you're going to become a better writer. Aubrey, I see your hand go up there.
What if that doesn't work? Because I did it the first time you gave it to me, but the second and third time it didn't work.
Okay, is it a Google Doc that you used, or was it a Word document? I'm trying to remember.
It's a Google Doc.
So you did those exact steps?
Yes.
Yeah, see, I don't know why it's not working for you, because it should. So when you go, can you pull it up right now on your computer? Or do you want to do it after class, maybe? I mean, I don't know if you can do it at the same time.
I can do it.
Okay. Try going to Google Classroom. Let me know when you're there. Go to classwork. And everybody else, give me a thumbs up if you've seen my comments. You know how to find them. You've seen them. Okay, good. Good, good. Okay, that's really good. Really important.
Okay, I'm there.
Okay, and did you view instructions? When you pick your, okay, got that. And now do you see your work up here on yours? Go ahead and stay unmuted so I can talk to you for a second.
Okay.
Okay, and you see your work right here?
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and click on it.
Okay.
And do you see the comments?
No.
Which homework assignment was it that you're looking for? What's the due date on it? I'll ask you that.
11/18/24.
11/18/24. Let me look at mine really quick. Sorry, guys, just hang on just a second. I want to help her. 11/18, Aubrey. Okay, on that one, I did not put any comments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's why you don't see them. But try. Let me see one that does have comments. I just want to make sure you can see them okay. Oh, and I haven't graded the one before. You know what? That's probably it, Aubrey. So after class later today, I'll put some comments on there and you can see if you can find them. In fact, let me just do that really quick. I'll do a comment on your 11/18 assignment right now, and then you can see if you can see my comment. I think that's the best way to do it, is just to try it out. So if I say, all right, I put a comment on there. Now see if you can find it. You might have to go back out and back in. While she's doing that, give me a thumbs up if you see it, Aubrey. But while she's doing that, I do want to talk to you really quick about because, and Ian mentioned it earlier. Oh, good. She found it. Woohoo. Okay. That was probably it. I didn't have a comment on that one. Now, because clause is the word because, and it explains why something is the way it is. But as soon as you put because of together.
It's a preposition.
It's a preposition. So,
Dang it.
and you can have that. I was going to tell you, Ian, you can have that at the beginning of your sentence as your prepositional opener. You can say because of. You can make that an opener. I don't know if you saw my note about that, but you can't underline it as a because clause if it has the word of with it. So it's okay that it's in your story, but you need to have another spot where you have the because clause. So does everybody
Okay.
understand that? Give me a thumbs up if you understand what I'm saying, because when you use a because clause, it has to just be because and then tell why it is the way it is. Okay. Like
Okay.
plant started dying because it didn't like the music. That's telling why the plant is dying, right? But if you say the plant is dying because of the music, notice if I say because of the music, there's no verb in there. Remember, that's the difference between phrases and verbs. I mean, phrases and clauses. So if I say because of the music, that's a prepositional phrase. There's no verb in there. But if I say because it didn't like the music, then we've got like is the verb in that sentence. And so, or it didn't want to listen to the music or something like that. You've got verbs in there. It makes it a because clause. But as soon as you put because of, so stay away from that for the because clause. Just use because. Also, really quick about the points. If you did not get 10 points on your homework, everybody should be getting 10 points. If you did not, if you got like 9.5 or you got 9 or 8 or something like that, it means you forgot some things. I always tell you what you forgot. I always tell you why you got the grade you got. So you can always fix it. Go back, fix those banned words, go back and highlight. Some of you forgot topic clinchers. That's part of your checklist. So if you forgot something, I take off points. But the good thing is I give you a chance to fix it and I give you time. I mean, I don't want to give you like 6 months to fix it, but I will give you a week or so to fix it and turn it back into me for a better grade. Anybody have any questions about my points or homework or anything like that, Kylie?
It's just a statement.
Okay.
But the other ones, the reason why I didn't do it is because like every time I go on it, it says like request to edit access, and like every time I like try and do it, I can't do it.
Oh,
So I've been trying to do it, but I can't.
so and you've tried unsubmitting because that's probably the easiest way to do it. Unsubmitting. Okay. So if that happens, have you written me a note about that in Google Classroom too? Okay. Sometimes I don't see those right away, especially if
Well,
it's
I read it under the comment.
That's okay. Have your mom text me then, because then I'll know to look for that. So here's what happens. The homework is due by midnight the night before. That's my due date. And sometimes students will turn it in the morning of class, which is late. I don't take off any points for that, but I won't see it right away. Or they turn it in later the next day. So if I don't see it right away, I'm not going to grade it right away. So that's the thing. You got to get it in by midnight if you can. If you need extra time, let me know. It's okay. I know life happens and you guys have stuff that comes up. Let me know if you're late with it. But if it's late, I don't always grade it right away. It takes me a while to get back to the old ones. Okay. Okay. So you guys wrote about the plant and the phonograph, right? That was your that was your assignment this week, right?
That's what it was. I called it a music box.
That's fine. You can call it a music box. Let me just double check here. But yeah, you guys wrote, yes, about the plant and the music box or phonograph or the plant and the lamp. Does anybody feel like reading their story? You don't have to, but you can if you want. Okay, Kylie wants to. Anybody else want to read their story? Ian, yes. This is kind of a, free write. I know there's still rules about the dress ups and the topic clinchers and all that. But I mean, as far as the content of the story, it's like free form. So you guys came up with some great ideas. So let's hear Kylie and then Ian. Does anybody else want to go after Ian? Okay, it looks like just you guys. So go for it, Kylie, whenever do you want me to pull it up or you have it? Me? I can't hear you.
I'm muted. I don't know how to pull it up in the iPad. I just know how to pull it up on a computer, which I
Oh,
don't.
okay. So do you want me to pull it up for you?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. I can do that. Give me a second here. I do have some notes on it, but
Yeah.
you're okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Whenever you're ready.
Bob lived a peaceful. Wait, I'm not muted. Okay, I'm good. Sorry.
You're good. No, you're good. I'll make it a little bit bigger though, so you can see it easier. There we go.
Bob lived a peaceful life on a peacefully built farm, of which Bob was a sturdy and a pondering basil plant. One day, as he was lying in the sun, he was brutally picked up and shoved in a car. Because of the quick event, he was almost shriveled when the car finally stopped. The next thing he knew, he was next to a beautiful music box playing loud and majestic music. Bob wanted to hug the box. Maybe life on the peaceful farm can't get better than this, the sturdy plant wondered. Just as Bob was pondering if the music could get better, the music suddenly stopped. The music changed into a quiet, hard rock music. Bob started to wither. Then, when he finally had enough, he tried to announce, "Excuse me, can somebody turn off the music, please?" Because he was just a plant, no one heard him, which is the reason why no one turned off the horrible music. The
Oh, sorry.
you get the live leaves that were picked from Bob were also pondering sturdy leaves, whose name was Fred. The the sorry, my brother's right next to me. He's laughing.
That's okay. No, it's good.
The Freds were put into a machine, and when they were ripe enough, because they because this was the first time in their life they didn't know what a horrible thing this was. Oh shoot. I added more.
That's
They
okay.
they were happily talking when one of the Freds announced, "I don't think this is a wonderful thing." The next thing they knew, the sturdy Freds were eaten in a vegan burger. Yay!
I put a note something here like I didn't expect that twist at the end. That was pretty good. Very creative though. I liked it.
I like.
Oh, let's give her a clap. We almost forgot. In the camera. Come on, guys. You know what to do.
Thank you.
In the camera like this. Woohoo. Okay. Let's see. Ian, do you have yours? Or do you want me to pull yours up? I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. I think I have mine.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay. I- Okay.
Okay.
I don't think I can top that, but
You got it?
yeah,
Okay.
there was once a mystical phonograph that could make any living thing grow or die, depending on the music that was playing in the phonograph. Because of its magical powers, many people wanted to have this magical phonograph, which was not acceptable in the eyes of the wizard who had crafted it. The wizard who had crafted it wanted to have it used for amazing things, while others sought power with this phonograph. The wizard had a very peculiar plant in his chamber. The plant grew strongly as it listened to the phonograph's beautiful music. After the wizard was asleep, a strange man, who tried to steal the phonograph, suddenly creeped through the window over to the music player. He pulled out a strange record and placed it into the phonograph. The next morning, the wizard woke up and played the music on the phonograph, and instantly the terrible music began to fill the air. The plant began to wither because the awful music was pointed directly at the plant. If the wizard if the wizard did not do anything, the plant would surely die because of the phonograph's terrible music. Since the wizard did not notice the plant, which shriveled up, it continued to slowly perish. The wizard finally noticed because he took off his headphones and heard the horrifying music. The wizard ran over to the phonograph and took the record off, hoping that the plant could still live, but it was too late, and the plant took its last breath, or
You all,
whatever plants do, for that matter. The wizard destroyed the phonograph in anger and mourning of his dearest beloved plant. The end.
At the end, okay.
everybody
Let's
else.
give it a clap. It was a tragic ending, but it's okay.
Hey, mine was a tragic ending too.
It was a vegan burger, yes. Good job, you
Everybody
guys.
else should say their story. My brother's having a really good time right next to me.
Good.
He's trying his best to laugh quietly.
All right, you guys, we're gonna put away this week. This was week 8. The first page I want you to put away is this yellow page. It's gonna go behind the model charts and outlines tab in the back of that. So go ahead and put this one away first. The yellow page behind model charts and outlines. Okay, the next page you're going to put away is the tan one. This is the one that talked about the prepositional openers. This is a good one, though, to know where it's at because it'll help you when you go to do this part of the checklist. And by the way, if you want to tape it up on your wall by your workspace, you can do that as long as it's okay with your mom or your dad. But if you want to put it away in your binder, it goes behind stylistic techniques. Okay, so you're going to use this in your stylistic techniques tab. And that's where it's at if you need to come back to it or tape it on your wall. Either way, whatever you want to do. And then the rest of week 8 about the plant and phonograph and plant and lamp, that's all going to go away in your finished folder or binder, wherever you keep your finished stuff. So go ahead and put all that away. And get out week 9 from your source text tab at the beginning. This is week 9, Seagull or Storm. 4 pages.
I'm doing seagull.
Yes, some of you
I
are
already wrote it all out. Choosing it.
Okay, don't give it away yet.
Sorry.
That's okay. I do want, once you get all this out, you do not need a lined paper today, which is nice because they have it on your picture page for you. But I do want to go over the checklist first. So let's look at page 99 from your stack of stuff from week 10. Matt, I can't see you, but are you good?
I'm here.
I'm
I'm here. I'm listening.
Okay, good. So on this, you're going to see a new opener. We have down here under sentence openers, you have your prepositional opener and your ly adverb opener. So that's the new one. It's a number 3. And by the way, the little bracket with the number 2, that goes at the very, very beginning of the sentence, okay? And then it starts with a prepositional phrase. So the very first word of the sentence needs to be a preposition. We just put that away in your stylistic techniques tab, that tan page. So if you get to writing and you forgot what that is, look for that behind stylistic techniques or tape it up on your wall and use that to help you come up with a prepositional opener. There needs to be 1 in each paragraph, 1, 2, and 3. And then the new one is the ly adverb. Those are pretty easy. Those end in ly. And you're going to put a number 3 with a bracket right before that. Okay. So 2 openers. We still have all 6 dress ups. Those are still there. They're not going anywhere. They're going to be there forever and ever and ever. And your topic clincher sentences, repeat or reflect. So that's on there forever and ever. So don't forget those things when you go to write this story. Okay, let's do a little brainstorming together. You have 2 stories to choose from, 2 sets of pictures. This is, again, more of like a freestyle writing for you. We're not writing about facts and details about real life things. These are made up stuff. You're looking at pictures to inspire you to come up with a story. This one is a seagull. That's what they call it, seagull. Before we talk about some ideas here, you can start thinking about it. At the very tippy top of your page, though, I do want you to write down those question words because that's going to help you come up with a plot. So go ahead and write down up here. We're going to put a bunch of words, so squeeze them in. What, when, where, why, how, I'm missing one. Which one am I missing? What, when, what, where, why, how, when, what, where, why, how. I'm missing one. There's a 6.
Ooh.
Ah, thank you. It's like, what am I missing? And then another one is like outside of the picture. Remember, we can ask that question, like what's happening on the outside of the picture? What is before, after, invisible. So we've talked about these before. These are all good question words to trigger thoughts. This is how we think. We've talked about this before. So when you're looking at a picture, start asking some of these questions like, where is she? You can name a beach or a lake if you want, or just keep it generic that she's at the beach or at the lake or whatever. When is it? What is she doing? Why is she there? Who is she? Is she going to meet somebody there? What's happening on the outside of this picture? Is there like a big crowd around? Are they at a concert? Is there a carnival going on the beach? So these are what helps you come up with a plot. Okay. So that's why I like to write them on here. So let's just brainstorm for a minute. Anybody have any ideas about this first picture? And remember the central fact, that's what's literally happening in the picture. That's pretty obvious. I'm going to start with that. There's a girl. She's sitting on a bench. It looks like she's at the beach. There's birds flying in the background, and she has a lunchbox with a sandwich. So who can tell me some ideas about what is she doing there? Why is she there? What do you think? Okay, Alex, let me hear you first.
She's like on vacation and then with someone, and then she's hungry, and then she just gets food.
Okay, she packed a picnic lunch or something. But she's with somebody, but we don't see who she's with. And do you have a name for this girl?
Not now.
Okay. How about you, Kylie? What's your idea?
So she's a hardworking woman, and then she got really tired, and so she's on her lunch break.
On her lunch break. What does she do for a living?
Patricia.
Wait, what?
What did you say, Ian?
Patricia.
Oh, Patricia. Okay. And what does she do for a living? Like, what's her job, Kylie?
For me, it was a bird trainer, which makes it very ironic that a bird stole her lunch.
A bird trainer. Okay, that's a good one. All right, Jude, do you have any ideas? Can you think of anything for a plot of what she's doing and why she's there?
I don't know. She got lunch at like a little beach shop. Now she's
Okay.
waiting for grandma to show up.
Okay, I like it. Waiting for grandma to show up. I like it. She seems happy. There's a little beach ball at the bottom corner there. Maybe she has kids with her. And maybe something's happening in the background and she's not paying attention to it. You can create any kind of scenario, like maybe there's a storm coming, or I don't know, an alien trying to land on the beach.
The bird's wings started hurting and they needed a lunch break too.
Or maybe that's like a robotic bird. Maybe somebody's controlling it like a drone, in the background or
Yeah,
something.
because he doesn't want to pay for lunch.
Maybe the bird has like for the eyes, maybe it has like cameras and it's like taking pictures of her. Maybe she's like a fugitive. She escaped prison. I don't know. This is where my brain goes. I don't know why. Don't ask me questions.
Maybe the guy controlling the bird didn't want to pay for lunch.
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe it's a spy. They're spying on her.
Yeah, what's in that sandwich? Is that a computer?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's peanut butter and jelly. Just kidding.
But is it though? Is it real peanut butter and jelly? Or is it like,
Oh, I gotta take this guy. Gotta go bring it to the lab.
anybody else have any other ideas?
Yeah.
Ian, I'm sure you have some ideas.
The next thing you know, the cops are here. You're under arrest for buying peanut butter with 1% higher fat in it. Maybe it's like a food
That'd be a weird thing to get arrested for, but I guess so, huh?
Yeah. Maybe it's just like a food spy.
Ian, you got anything? Any
Sorry.
ideas? Stay with me.
Sorry. Where she works?
Or just about this plot, we were just brainstorming. Okay, Matt has an idea. Let me hear Matt's idea.
Maybe she took something from the bird and the bird is getting back at revenge or something.
Revenge. I like it.
Story.
The revenge of the bird.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
That's what I was thinking.
I like it.
Mine has two that's just mischievous.
Oh, yeah.
They're mischievous birds.
I like that. That's a good quality adjective right there. Aubrey, do you have any thoughts? Do you have any ideas on this?
No, not really.
Not yet. So notice the last box is blank. That means you can create the ending on this one. Okay, so you can choose this one or the other. Let's just look at the other one just to get some. By the way, forgot to tell you.
Can I tell you mine real quick?
Hold on, really quick. So you can use the keyword outline if that helps you. If you want to jot down like names and situations, like she's waiting for grandma or she's having a peanut butter and jelly, whatever notes, still use the rules with 3 words per line, but you can draw symbols. But if you don't need this, just for this assignment, these that have the pictures, you don't have to do the keyword outline. Okay, it's optional. If it helps you when you go sit down to write, use it. If you don't need it, just sit down and start typing. But the biggest thing you guys are forgetting though is those banned words. So when you're done typing it all, go back and check for those banned words and make sure you don't have any in there because I take off points for that. Okay, so try not to use any banned words. And then Kylie, what were you were wanting to read yours?
Or just like a sum up version.
I would rather wait till next week because we're almost out of time. So let's look at this one really quick. This one, you've got a lot of blank space in your brain to make up something, okay? And that you only get the middle of the story right here. So same questions: who, what, when, where, why, how, all those questions. Ask those questions as you're looking at these pictures and then think about what happened before that and what happened after that. Using the keyword outline again is optional for you. But does anybody have any ideas of a situation or a plot looking at that middle picture? Okay, Kylie has an idea. And then Ian, I want to see if you have any ideas too, okay?
They hated each other and now they love each other.
Oh, they hated each other and now they love each other?
Yeah, kind of like Romeo and Juliet. They are on different sides that hated each other. But they were the ones that liked each other. I don't know.
Yeah? They fall in love, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. What do you think, Ian? Do you have an idea? The dog looks happy.
The dog's all like, win.
Not really.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You don't know yet? You can think of some
Maybe
names.
the wind picked up his hat and her umbrella, and maybe I don't know. Maybe they. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they got each other's thing. Like she ended up getting the hat and he got the umbrella.
Or maybe they just wanted free stuff that blew away. Yeah, like
Free
the hat
stuff.
and the umbrella like flew away from a antique store. And
That's
they're all,
funny.
ooh, that looks nice.
That's funny. Aubrey, did
So
you?
it looks like they're both going after the umbrella.
Oh yeah, kind of. Yeah,
But if
So
you look
what
at the
if
man's eyes, it's not on the hat.
so
that's
I'm
true.
picturing a thing. They're walking, right? They're walking.
Yeah.
Maybe they're on a date. I don't know. But they're walking. Maybe they're brother and sister. I don't know. They're
Okay.
walking, right? They're walking. And
They're
then
walking.
wind picks up and she loses her umbrella. And the I see Kylie's thing. Um
Sorry, I like it already.
so
She wants a romance story.
and then the guy is trying to be like a gentleman, trying to get the umbrella for
Oh,
the girl.
okay. Yes.
So, but the girl is like, no, it's my umbrella.
Camden, stop.
Okay, wait. I got to hear Aubrey's idea before you guys go. Aubrey, what's your idea?
I was gonna say it was the wizard from Ian's story that was mad about the plant and he tried to get revenge on the other guy by making a storm.
Oh, like merging the two stories together? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
That's
Ah,
amazing.
that's like a part two or this next chapter. That's a good idea. I like that. Did you guys notice in the little edge of the paper, the picture, it looks like a newspaper. Yeah, it's flying around too. So, okay, you guys have got
Yeah,
some great ideas.
and the dog looks like it's wearing high heels. No offense, dog.
Duh.
It looks like a Pomeranian dog.
Yeah, like the red.
Super
There's
fluffy
red
one.
high heels.
Oh, yeah. That's funny. All right. So you guys, I'm excited to read your stories. So you can pick which one you want to do, either one of these. But make sure you use these question words up here. And don't forget the checklist. It's really important that you follow the checklist. That's how I grade it. So make sure you use those openers and all the dress ups and the topic clinchers. Give it a good title. Have fun with it. So here, this is due next Monday. But then you don't have homework or class next week. Okay. So this is still due on time, like we always do. But you don't have homework after that. Does that make sense? Or class. So I won't see you till after Thanksgiving, which means it'll be December the next time I see you guys. Got it?
Yep.
Good?
Ma'am.
All right, you guys, that's it. Have a good day.
Thank you. See you next month.
Jude, did you have a question? See you next month.